around, I fuck around. Yeah, fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. I fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. Fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. Fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. I'm getting fucked fucking up and down this fucking street. I gotta find a fucking place where the fuckheads meet. Those fuckers and me are getting fucking known. Yeah, the fuckheads know, so fucking leave us alone. I fuck around, round, 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 I fuck around. Fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. Fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. Fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. Round, round, fuck around, round, round, round.
Easy teamer. Easy teamer. Hey? What a cracking slogan. Anyway, guys, I've been a busy boy this morning. I've been hard at it. I don't know, I've put some leg work in, you know, which it seems at times that you just get nowhere with it, don't you? You know, is it worth it at times? So I dropped the kids off and I spent a 40-minute drive to Boston, caught in the traffic, just to gauge the angular activity on the complex. Basically, it's Friday morning, and South Lagoon is pretty busy. It's there's an angler sort of every 3 swims or so, something like that. I guess being day ticket also makes it even busier. And there's some complete carp kits fucking flying about all over the place today, it must be said. However, I decided to bypass the lagoon and drive up and have a little meander down the river, because there's quite a long stretch of river I can fish as well. So I drove up to the river, the Ouse, I parked the van up, and to be fair, you can park the van really close to the river's edge. You can fish, not out your van, obviously you're not allowed to do that, but you can fish Van Bivvy River. Really easy fishing, you know. However, it's a lot of river of nothingness, and I mean, I never fished for river carp, but I guess carp are carp, right? They would like the same things that are in lakes. They're going to want points of interest, I would imagine, you know. And a lot of the river up there isn't any really points of interest. It's just river with nothing in it. So I spent a good hour and a half walking up and down it, and I found a lovely little spot. There's a big thick set of reeds across the back with a load of pads in front of them. There's weed coming out of the water. There was a tree that had fell in. It opened up sort of on a corner, and it's sort of slack in places. And I thought, this is where, if I were a carp, I would be. And as a consequence, there was an angler in there fishing it, the only angler up that stretch of river. So it sort of proved my point right, I guess. And that old boy was in for a stint. The bivvy was about as big as my van. It must have been like a 4-man, specially made, buckets and seats, and yeah, there's a lot going on in his swim. So he's there for a stint. So yeah, I drove past North House. There was 3 anglers in the car park there, and so I just decided to sack the idea off basically and drive to Charlie's and just have a little sort of meander around Charlie's. Willow's shut. There's no one here for spawning, and just catch up. I haven't been here for a couple of weeks, so just thought I'd just catch up with the place. So I blew the drone up on Willow, see if I could find any carp, see what they're up to, see if they're still spawning. And yeah, they're still pretty flirty on Willow. I found a few groups chasing each other and being interested, so to speak. And then I dropped over here and I blew the drone up over here. Obviously I don't blow the drone up when I'm fishing, it's because I'm not fishing. It's just nice to blow the drone up and just find a few carp and just see what they're up to. And the carp in here, I found a couple in here, and they're just enjoying the day, enjoying their little lives, just doing what carp normally do. And that's, yeah, just enjoying the conditions. But I was here a couple of weeks ago and noticed that the reeds and the pads down the bottom were absolutely smashed up. And a week previously, they were immaculate. So, and that was probably 3, kicking on towards 4 weeks now. So I'd imagine that the carp in here are well done. And the carp that I did find didn't look like they were interested in spawning whatsoever. And over this week, you'd imagine that if they were going to be at it, they would be at it now. Hence why they're at it in Willow. But it's kind of weird how these sort of go at different times. I know it's a different strain in here. Well, there's a lot of different strains of carp in these lakes, so they all spawn at different times. Hence why you get carp that spawn sort of 6 weeks before others, because they're the different strains of carp that spawn at different times. But so my options are I can fish North House, but I need to book on. That then makes me committed. What I don't want to do is turn up at 7 o'clock, be the last one in the gate. It be number 8, you know, and then I'm dropping in between people again, so I won't be doing that. I could fish the Resi again. It gets really busy this time of year, you know. The couple waters do, it is what it is. So I can imagine that being really busy. You know, I have been there in previous years, and I haven't even been able to get the van in the car park, you know, and had to go home. So I've decided I'm going to drop on here. I can still fish this place. I've dropped a pepper in, a boilies in a few spots. Not only this swim, I pepped a few boilies in some other swims as well, just in case when I do turn up tomorrow night, if there's someone fishing here, I won't lose my shit like I did in a week. I can fish elsewhere. But hopefully I'll be able to get in Govs. This is a cracking one. And yeah, hopefully they'll find my offerings, what I've given sort of half an hour ago. They'll come across it, make a mental note, perhaps have a little nibble tonight, perhaps, you know, have a little nibble tomorrow night, and hopefully we might be able to intercept 1 or 2. That's the plan. So that's it. That's about where I'm at. I'm just going to carry on my little joyful stroll around the place, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Right, team, slight change of plan. I'll go through that in a bit, but I'm going to get set up and get myself sorted, and then we'll catch up in a little while. Right, team, change of plan. We're not down tomorrow night, we're down tonight. I was sat on the sofa contemplating what I was going to do with my life, and the missus chirped up, "Aren't you going fishing?" And I was like, "I thought he was busy." "No, proves you don't listen." So I got the boy showered, and not to look a gift horse in the mouth, I was straight out the door, so we're down. So obviously my rods ain't out, I'm just sorting out what I'm going to do. So the first rod's going to go over towards the pads, the second rod's going to go in the hole, and the third one's going to go over towards the spot near that swan. So I know it's weedy over there, so what I'm going to do is the bait that I had in the week. You know, the bream bait? Well, that consistency now it's been sat in there festering is proper consistent for a method ball. So that's what I'm going to do. So on this rig here, let me bring you a bit closer. On this rig here, I'm still going to use my helis, there's no problem. I've got one of those tracker gripper leads with the indents so you can mould the paste round. And on that, it's just a little heavy skin with a wafty type hook bait. So all I'm going to do is going to give myself a bit more line, he says. He's going to give myself a little bit more line so I can work with it, lift you up. Oh, that's so good, isn't it? I'm going to mould some paste around that lead. And I reckon, if I work that fucking hard enough, guys, that'll stay put. Get hold of my hook link, which is just there. And I'm just going to dress that around the end of the ball. And that, obviously I'm going to deliver it, and in the fucking ridge monkey. So that ain't got to be too tight. But that is pretty much ready to go at the end of the boat. Job's a good one. All I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it in the boat, and I'm going to make it as attractive as possible by putting some oil on it and some trigger activator and all the rest of it. So I'm going to get this out. Right, so my next one, she's going in the hole. Sorry if this seems a bit rushed, guys, but quite frankly, it is. And I also need something to eat because I've got some serious shakes going on at the minute. I need something to eat and a fucking drink, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this rod out and then have something to eat. So this one's going to go in the hole. I'm just putting a match the hatch pop up in there. And what I've done with these is I've sodded them with hook bait dip and then covered them with that liver powder. And what you end up with is like a crustacean all the way around the pop up, and it just leaks. It just leaks gear for a couple of hours or so until it's run out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it another boost. Let me just get rid of that. And there you go. So that's that one sorted. So yeah, what I'll do is we give it another little boost with some gear. That stuff fucking stings. And then we drop it in the liver powder. Give it a shake about. Do the shaking back and get the freshness back. Do the shaking back and get the freshness back. That's another fucking old one that's everyone's like far too fucking young to know what that is. So there's that ready to go. I'm just going to whip that one out. And that one is I've just got a little tiny 2 ounce pair, because that's literally just going in front of me, that one. And that one, pull that back a bit because there's a bit of crud on the bottom in that hole, and I reckon that is ready to go. Let's do it. And then the third one is a pretty much repeat of the second one. However, I'm going to use a different pop-up. Nice. What's going on there? Seems to be a lot of activity on that one I've just thrown out. A third one is a standalone pink pepper over towards them, over towards that spot over there. I need quite a hefty lead on that because it's quite far away, and also there's quite a lot of weed between me and it, so I want to keep the line quite taut so it don't sink into the weed. So that's the rig on this one. Again, we've got a heli safe, quite a decent lead, fluorocarbon hand-tied boom this time, onto a medium curve pink pepper Ronnie, and that one I'm going to shift out in the boat over towards the corner there. Let's get on it. And that, guys, is us fishing. Sorted. Right, well, I'm going to tidy this absolute mess up, get something to eat, get something to drink, and catch up with you in a little bit. You know what? I reckon there's a bream. If that bobs up and down again, I'm going to have to pull that right hand rod in. The right hand rod can jump about that one. The right hand rod over towards the glory hole has been picked up by a fucking bream, I reckon about a dozen times so far. It's only been out fucking quarter of an hour, something like that. But that was a particularly up and downy, that one. It's gone quiet again, so hopefully he's let it go. But if I have another up and downy on that like that, I'm gonna have to bring that in. I'll probably bring it in before dark anyway, just to make sure there's not a bream on it. Because you know what they like, they sit there, don't they? Sit on it all night, with a hook in their mouth all night. Oh, I can't move. How many times has that happened to you? I had a couple of twitches at about midnight, all silent. Get up at 7 in the morning, fucking bream on it. Been on it 7 hours. You know what I mean? And thought to have a run or anything, they just sit there, don't they? So I shall bring that one in before dark, just to make sure there's not a bream on it, and swap it out for a bigger pop-up, probably an 18. But I forgot what I was going to say now. But they've all been pretty active out front, to be fair. There's been a few carp jumping, sort of in the middle. Not right out, but there is carp about. There's been a few bubbles here and there, so it's good. I'm just about to eat my lunch. I mean, it's my dinner, but it's lunch, isn't it? So obviously I was in a rush when I left. I couldn't be bothered when I got in here. So what? I was like, I can't be asked. I was going to get something later. Of course, the plans changed, didn't they? So I just sort of raided the fridge. So I ended up with 2 tomatoes, which one I've devoured already, an orange, some grapes, and a Scotch egg. I mean, what a dinner. Still, having said that, we're starting to get a bit porky, aren't we, around here? You know, earlier in the year I went on a diet, egg and orange diet, right? That's what I was having for lunch every day for about 5 weeks. And I lost about 3/4 stone in it, and because it just goes here. And my belly just sort of pretty much went away. And then you get lured into a false sense of security, don't you? So then I started eating again, and all of a sudden it's back. So we're gonna have to go on another crash one, aren't we? Get rid of that one. Because yeah, it's starting to look a bit obese, filling up the whole camera, isn't it? With gut. But anyway, I'm gonna tuck through my fucking fruit salad and get back to you in a bit, I guess. Nice, I'll enjoy that. Nah. just snatching at it. It's just weird. It's a fucking, you've got to be kidding me. A bit of weed, a twig, and a rod. That's unbelievable. Nailed, bottom lip. Look at that. Unbelievable. And here's me slagging off the bream. Beggar's belief. Yeah, so we have had a lull, so to speak, in activity. The wind's completely gone now. As soon as the sun went down, all the activity in the lake just sort of kaput, just stopped. All the indications on the alarms, all the beeps, all the what have you, just all stopped. There's a couple of random ones now and again, but yeah, I haven't seen a fish crash out at all since I heard the one down here, and there's been another one in the channel, but for the last sort of hour and a half, something like that. I would imagine it's about 10 now, 10 o'clock, maybe a bit later. There's only a couple of fish in the vicinity of the left down rod, so there's fish around. Nothing's telling me to move. I'm in the wrong place or anything, but I guess you just got to hope they fancy a nibble at some point. It's always going to be hard with high pressure, no cloud, no wind. It's it's been warm in it last couple of weeks. The water levels dropped. There's a lack of oxygen in it at the minute, I guess, and there's not enough oxygen in the water. They don't tend to feed that much, do they? So, but got plenty of time left. Just hard going, innit? So yeah, sorry if it seems a bit boring. So my boy commented, my blog was boring, the last one. I was like, cheers mate, that's very kind of you to let me know that. That's really encourages me to carry it on, doesn't it? Because if any of you lot vlog or anything like that, you'll know that it's hard work to film everything from the gate to here, to getting your rigs out, to putting the rigs out. Everything sort of seems rushed on an overnighter. You don't fish effectively as if I was fishing, like if I weren't on camera and doing it, I'd fish a lot more efficiently. It's totally different. So it's hard work. So turn around and say it's boring. Well, cheers mate, that's nice. Well, the fact of the matter is, carping is boring at times. There's going to be periods, especially in the summer, of inactivity. That's what it's like. You only have to watch the pro sessions to do that, watch the films. They bugger off for a week and they'll sit there for 2 or 3 days, nothing. You'd have a little spurt of feeding and catch a couple or 3, and then the rest of the week it'd be silent. But they've had all week to fish. It's always hard work on an overnight. Of course it is. At the end of the day, the more time you got on the lake, the more chance you've got of being there in that period of feeding at the end of the day. So yeah, if it's boring, then you can always go and watch Maker or something like that, can't you? And it'll bore you more. But But yeah, so I'm going to chill out now, and fingers crossed, you never know. That's all we can do, innit? So I'm going to pump into me tomato, me orange, and a few grapes. Fancy any? No, then. You're boring. Shut up, you little bellend. Boring. Fucking. So I don't want to bore you or anything, but nothing's materialised yet. It's about midnight, something like that. And yeah, they've been twitching, but you know, could be anything. But it has become apparent that there's a few fish down the bottom, right down the other end. Far too far for me to get them from here and to be safe to get them in. There's too much jungle down the left-hand side for me to get them in, to bump them that long. So I'm not going to move now, because I think the disturbance of driving the van down with the lights, my head torch in the swim, all the rest of it, I think they'll just push off. So I'm hoping they're going to stay there until the morning. So I've packed all my stuff up, ready. I'm going to get up at about 4:45, something like that, because I ain't going to be home till about 8:30. Get up about 4:45, something like that. And get my arse round there, perhaps slip us some method balls out in the Ridge Monkey, nice and stealthily. And yeah, I think we might be able to pick one up that way. But these have still got 4 hours to fish, and they have been sort of randomly making rackets, so you never know. But we're all ready to go if we need to. So I'm going to get my head down now, and I'll see you in the morning, guys. Easy team. It's about 4 o'clock now. I've been up since about 3:20. And yeah, one fish is, I didn't see it, but I heard a fish over this side. And the famous splosh. And then the bird squeal just after it. That one, you know exactly what I'm on about. That happened earlier. So I wasted no time and got the rods in and got packed up and got round here. I'm just waiting for a bit more light. It's still a bit dull. So I'm just refreshing the hook baits on them all. Making sure the hook points are all nice, which they are. And yeah, we'll get these rods out. This one, guys, that one, it's a little dumbbell and a 6mm topper. Obviously that's a lock hook. But that, a dumbbell and a 6mm topper, has caught me so many fish over the years. I can get away with it, and I've got clean bottoms or whatever, I'll always use that. It's literally caught me hundreds. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. That little dumbbell and a 6mm topper on a size 4. Normally I used to use a wide gape before the cranks are out, and then I switched to a crank, but 6mm topper on a 12mm dumbbell, either on a size, actually a size 6 wide gape, size 4 crank. Yeah, it's caught me the most fish, that little presentation, just on a bit of coated braid. Actually caught my PB on a rig, exactly the same as that, but a crank. Very simple. Weighted perfectly, you don't need to put anything with it, just comes down nicely. And yeah, so I'm just waiting for a bit more light, and then we'll get these rods out. Right, so we got one just by the reeds just here. One over by the pads, just very close to where that little ring just come up. And then we got one sort of about here somewhere where I see a big patch of bubbles come up. I'll just drill the boat next to it. That's about where we're at. Good effort. So it's about 10. I was just about to say it's been very quiet, but it's about 5:10 now. So yeah, it's about 5:20 now. Things have just started to liven up. Things are just starting to wake, and I think everything was asleep when I got around here. It was dead still, you know. But I think I've just had a few indications on the rods just started in the last sort of 10 minutes or so. And things are just sort of starting to wake up, so yeah. So I've just moved round. I've just been still on the boards I've been keeping an eye on it sort of like most of the morning, or since I've been round it. And yeah, there's some bubbles coming up sort of periodically, and just literally a rod length out, just in front of the boards. So those are, as an average, pretty quiet, you know. 3 lines spread across that area. If there was a number of carp in there, I would have got liners, I would imagine. And it just seemed a bit quiet. And they've pushed round here now. Whether they've pushed round here in the last hour since I've turned up, or they've just, the majority of them have just pushed round here overnight, which is quite possible. But there's a load of fish around this side now. It's a bit too late in the day for me to go right round now, I think. But I think there might be a chance I've just dropped them off the end of the boards, just 3 little singles and 4 or 5 baits just in amongst them. I think there might be a chance just to nick one just before I go from these boards. So I've just got my little seat there and I'm just sitting there keeping an eye on them. I mean, how is that not running? Look at it. It's like a fucking jacuzzi right on my rig. That's making me worry about the rig now. Yeah, so that carried on for about 10 minutes. Massive plume of bubbles. And then just stopped and all the rest of it. And yeah, that was concerning me. So I pulled the rod in and it was minus a lead. I mean, how that's happened. It's on a heli safe. I don't normally come off heli safes. I literally just lowered it in. I had the lines really slack. I'm sat there watching the lines and everything. Nothing. It must be like the most unluckiest fucking angler in the fucking planet at the minute. Because again, that's another chance I've blown through. I don't know. But the bubbles are back. The bubbles are back, guys. So what I've done is I put 3 rigs out, and then what I've done is I just popped a handful of that carpy mix over the top. And this time what I've done is I pulled them in and I've moulded it around the lead. Come and look at this. It must be bream, I think, or tench. The bubbles are too small. Or it might be roach. Might be the roach. Loads of tiny little roach smashing it. I'm going to show you these bubbles. It's fucking mental. Look at that lot. There you go. Right, team, after an immense spirited battle, we got them in the net. So, yeah, she's like a tiny little one, look. Tiny little scaly banger. Still got her spawning wounds on. I'd imagine they're spawning wounds, just healing. We'll have to treat those before I put her back. But, he was having a feast down there. I couldn't believe it weren't running. I was like, there's something wrong with that. There must be something wrong with it. So I changed it, put it back in, and that had literally been in 3 minutes, and this one had a little nibble on that one. And that one was on that little wafter rig that I showed you. Pucker. Shame it ain't bigger, but at least we're going home without a blank this time. Anyway, I'm going to treat these wounds, get her back, and get packed up. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. Well, I'm glad I moved and put the effort in for the 3rd time this morning. You know, it may be only the little fish, but they all lift the spirits, don't they? You know. But that's why I'm so eager to move. I'm not eager to move, but I know how important it is to be on the fish. You know, if you're not on the fish, you're not catching them. It's as simple as that. And it happens instantly. If you can dribble it in there without them knowing, with the aid of a boat or a baiting spoon, or just like I did, just ever so gently, you know, so they're none the wiser and they don't know you're fishing for them. The results are instant, but you've got to be in the right place. It's as simple as that, you know. That's why I try to be very mobile and put the effort in. Sometimes it helps and sometimes it hinders me. I think sometimes I do need to sit on my hands and just sort of like wait for it to happen. But it's evident that there was no fish in front of me last night. There's loads of fish in here. Okay, some of them are tiny, a few big ones. But there was fish in front of me until it got dark, without a shadow of a doubt, because there's too many liners for them not to be. And obviously I pushed around here last night because I've seen half a dozen fish across the back there, not so much now, but earlier. So they sort of moved off me, went to that area, just as it started to get dark, and then they pushed around here in the hours of darkness, which it could have been me making too much noise when everything's settled down, which is quite possible, you know. Very acute to their surroundings, they can hear, and I'm not the most quietest of people when I'm talking to you guys. Or it could just be their routine, you know, their routine changes through the season, which may be why I haven't been catching much of an evening down this end of the lake. So tonight, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang around here. I'm going to come back tonight and hang around here, probably jump in the fallen tree swim because it's a better angle to this side. Fish out the van until it gets dark. If I think there's fish here, then I shall get the bivvy up and set up and fish for the night here. If I think I need to move and be elsewhere, I shall do that, and then address the situation in the morning. But I'm not going to get up so early tomorrow morning. I don't need to get off tomorrow as early. However, I can't sort of stress enough how important it is to get up early and watch the lake. I mean, there you go, on cue. Can you see that on there? Don't know if you can or not. It's over here somewhere. That's where they've been jumping. Over there, pretty much this morning. As I say, that may be their routine. So, but yeah, I can't stress enough to get up and just watch the lake as soon as it gets light. I mean, it was pretty light at literally 3:20 this morning. I could see the lake, and that's when you're going to see most of the shows, you know. And obviously, as a consequence, one show over there, one shot had shown over there, and I thought they were over there. That's why I moved to there. But as the morning progressed, it's become evident that they're over there. And that, again, that's me. That's me not having enough time. I tend to find them by the morning, and then have to go and get on with my daily routines, like all of us do. So if you can get up early. Now I've had 3 hours fishing this morning somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? It's like two sessions for me. I've got the evening and the night, and then another session in the morning for sort of 3 or 4 hours. And I'm convinced if I'd have stayed in Gubs for the morning, I wouldn't have caught anything. If I'd have stayed in there, might have got lucky. But definitely obviously worth jumping in here. But there was fish here. I could tell there was, fish here. Although be it tiny, but a fish is a fish. You've got to try and keep them rolling. If you can keep them rolling and keep consistent, eventually the bigger ones come along. Which is what I haven't been able to do over the last 4 or 5 weeks. I've been scratching and a bit hit and miss and just picking them off here and there. But they've been a bit, spawny, not interested. So it has been difficult, but yeah. But anyway, that's the plan. I'm gonna pop that later. Hang around down that end if there's no one in here, and then just see how we get on. And there's no plan. I don't tend to have a plan. I just try and let it unfold. Yeah, I'm going to crack it off there, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope it hasn't been too boring. And I'll either see you later or I'll see you on the next one. Evening all. So it's Saturday now. As promised, I'm back down. I've just hung around Rob's, which is the swim closest to the back there, where I see him jumping this morning. And there's no carp there at the minute, or I don't think there is. I've been hanging around for about 45 minutes, and I was going to put some rods out. But it's a bit late in the day now, it's about 7:20. I don't see the point in putting rods out. I've just seen one literally come crashing out where I put the bait in yesterday morning towards the glory hole, just past it. So I decided that I'm just going to drive around to Govs. I'm just going to sit in Govs for half an hour, and see if anything's in there. Because they're sort of doing a little bit of a repeat of what I did yesterday. I've seen a couple of V's up the other end. So that's where we're headed. So I sat in Govs for about an hour and a half, something like that. And there's loads of fish in front of the stumps. Massive common. That's my rods hanging out the fucking side door. I wasn't going to bother going over. I was just going to have a nice chilled out one. Just in Govs, I wasn't going to even film. I sort of can't be bothered really, to be quite honest with you. And fucking massive common fucking jumped out fucking down the bottom. There's a big common in Govs. Fucking jumped out fucking right by the pads down the bottom. And I was like, okie dokie, looks like we're fucking moving. I didn't have my bivvy or anything up, so I just got to remember that my fucking rods are hanging out my side door. Hang out about a foot. Just can't bother to put it back in the bag. They can just makes it easier to move, doesn't it? So I'm just on my way around the stumps in a minute. It's about 9:30. I've been sitting there a while. There's fish in front of Govs, to be fair, but I've seen about 6 shows in front of stumps. They're swimming about on the top down there. It's too much to ignore, so I'm just going to try and gingerly rock up in there. I'm not going to be like banging about on camera tonight, guys. So I'm going to gingerly rock in there, and just fish really close in, and hope they creep into the edge, rather than put some fucking lines out now, because they'll see them. So I'm just going to plop them in the edge, and make one visits in the night. That's my plan. I've got to be quiet. But anyway, that's where we're at. Well, it's all fucking kicking off around here, guys. Fucking hell. I was setting up my stuff. I hadn't had my bivvy and my bed out. I was just sorting 2 fucking rods out on the grass there with the van open. Fucking 2 German shepherds come fucking bowling down that path. Fucking scared the fucking life out of me, because fucking just fucking German Shepherds, man. They're fucking, all the ones I've met are fucking nutcases. Fucking owner. Oi, get here. I mean, they did, but fuck me. So fucking scared the life out of me, you know? And then fucking, I carried on with my fucking business after giving them a fucking dirty look. I don't know why I can't just keep them on fucking leads. And there was another couple walking another pair of sort of big dogs. I don't know what they were, I couldn't see from here. Fucking fucking fight going on, fucking matey boy, fucking oi, fucking yeah, get off him, fucking yeah. The fucking birds fucking screaming. It's like, fucking hell. Fucking glad I'm nowhere fucking near that. Fuck, mate. Fucking what's wrong with people? It's just like, oh, because it's open and no one goes there, we'll just let our fucking dogs fucking do what they fucking want. Do you know what I mean? Keep them on a lead, no fucking fights, but fuck me. So anyway, I got 2 rods out. When I come round here, I try to be as fucking quiet as possible. And there's a massive fucking trench of bubbles. Strangely enough, where I put the bait this morning, just by the reeds there, about half a rod length off them. Just see something was fucking tromping up there. And it's where that I see the big common from the other side. Whether it was that or not, who knows? But so I waited for it to subside, and then dribbled a method ball out of a Ronnie on it and dropped that on it. And then I've got another rod out that's just in front of me, just at the start of a little drop off with about 20 baits over it. Just got the 2 rods out. So and since then there's been 3 sort of jump in the vicinity. So I just got to fucking hope the bream don't fucking get hold of it. And that's all. But it's fucking warm, guys. It's warm. I've got a fucking aircon unit in here. Look. Let me fucking plug it in. You see it, look? It's my fucking little aircon unit, look. Have some of that. You fill it up with water and it dribbles a mist out. It blows mist in your face. Let's fucking pucker that. But yeah. That's fucking alright, that. TikTok jobby, innit? Fucking 17 quid or something, but enough work alright. I'll take it off. So yeah, I think it's about 10 o'clock now. I'm just going to get my head down and just let anything unfold. I am absolutely fucking spent, it must be said. So yeah, I'm going to crack it off there, guys, and catch up with you when I can. Morning team, and what a cracking morning it is. Sadly nothing materialised last night for me. I thought it was. I had half a dozen shows over my right hand rod, and I thought in a minute now it's going to go, but shortly after, as soon as it got dark, it just cut a death like it did the other night, and the rods were pretty much ghostly silent all night. And I was going to stay in bed, but I couldn't stay in bed. At 4 o'clock I was awake and I was like, well, this is boring, isn't it? Another boring blog. So I decided to pull the rods in, get the bivvy and the bed back in the van and just have a wander about. I checked the boards, nothing really was happening in the boards, nothing jumping. I had a look over at Rob's where they were jumping yesterday, and I could just see some movement, not a lot, but I could see some movement over here. So I decided to come round here and blow 2 rods out towards there where I seen them jumping yesterday. And 10 minutes later we had a little tug on one of the rods. At one point I thought it was a decent fish, but it hadn't. It had just gone in a bit of weed, and the weed pulled free and it's just trailing a little carp, little tiny carp. So I was going to slip him back, but I thought I'd take a little video and show you guys. Might as well. A bit of proof, you know, no picture, innit? No fish, that's what they say, innit? So anyway, we'll have a little look at him now. So I bought myself a little mat, right, for little carp. And this one is fucking tiny. I never felt a carp this small for a long time, but it's absolutely beautiful. Don't mind seeing you, fucking massive boy. But yeah, there he is, mate, and there's the little culprit. But they're definitely getting smaller, for sure. Yeah, first time I fished this swim properly. I was in here about 8 years ago, but the lake was frozen and there was just a wobbly bit in front of me. I just plopped 2 rods in. It's fucking freezing it was. That's where I done that Essential Items blog, you know, the good one. You know, when the blogs were good, them ones. And yeah, in the morning it was rock solid. But I haven't been in there since. So nice to get a fish from a new swim at least, I guess. And that spot over there I found is pucker. It really is. It's a really good spot. It's just a bit awkward, a bit carnagey down here. Just sort of concerning me a little bit. But just have to heave them, innit? Simple as that. But there's plenty of water to plough fishing. But being so shallow, they just, don't they, fucking scream off. There's no depth. There's a fish in front of me. I've just spooked, by the way. Nice one, Keith. That's me. So I've just got the old the clown binoculars out, and on my way round I just threw a couple of handfuls of the mix in front of the boards just for good luck, and I've just found another setting on the fucking binoculars that actually fucking make it a lot more clearer and a lot more closer to where you're looking, and I can see fucking bubbles from here on the boards, right? So I'm going to get these in and fucking slip around there sharpish. Now guys, as promised, it's been in about 4 or 5 minutes. You know when your luck just isn't in. So I'm sat here, rod's been out probably about an hour and a half now, something like that. Earlier on we had a load of bubbles come up, every now and again a big plume, and at one point I thought it was going to rip off like it did yesterday. Didn't materialise. Constant sort of like dribble of bubbles for sort of 20 minutes or so, and then it died of death. So I pulled them in and I popped a couple of refreshments out, and also put a choddy out on the right hand one just next to it, just on its own, just next to the two balls. And then just before the wind started getting up, probably about 15 minutes ago, we had quite a lot of activity in it. There was fucking bubbles all over the place, big plumes, and I thought, nice one, it's going to go now. And I was really odd, sort of sitting on my hands, and then I turns round, and a fucking Labrador comes fucking waltzing around my van. Has a sniff in there, has a fucking sniff in my van, fucking waltzes fucking past me. I'm sat here like, is this friendly, this fucker? Walks onto the boards, has a fucking sniff of the tree, has a good sniff down the rods. Sorry. I'm like, fuck me. Bird comes fucking walking down here. Sorry, he was on a lead. I took him off up there and he's come back. I was like, whilst he's fucking past me, fucking treads on the fucking boards, slips his fucking lead round his neck. Sorry. And I went, the dog's not the problem. And she looked at me and I went, you're the problem. And she sort of looked at me and I went, the mouth is the problem. And she sort of just looked at me, didn't say a word, and then sort of scuttled off. And since then, it's dead. We haven't had one pin bubble. Not one. So yeah, thanks for that. So that's probably like an hour and a half wasted. Again. Due to an irresponsible dog owner. This blog needs to be called Irresponsible Dog Owner Blog, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? But that's what you've got to deal with when you fish this side, you know? But yeah, it's dead. Not one bubble. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it off there, guys. It's about 10 o'clock now. I feel like I've stayed really late anyway. I need to get some stuff for work tomorrow. I need to go and pick some materials up. So yeah, it's been great to catch up. As always, thanks for watching. And I'll see you on the next one.
Round, round, fuck around, I fuck around. Yeah, fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. I fuck around, round, 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 I fuck around. Fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. Fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. I'm getting fucked fucking up and down this fucking street. I gotta find a fucking place where the fuckheads meet. Those fuckers and me are getting fucking known. Yeah, the fuckheads know, so fucking leave us alone. I fuck around, round, round.